The 1967 Corvette L88 isn't just another car. It's the crown jewel of American muscle, which was out for auction for $4 million. You can guess the craze for these cars when you know that it is one of only 20 such cars ever launched. Yes, it is the rarest of the classic golden beauties. Among these 20 original Corvettes, this sunflower yellow coupe still roars with its original 500-plus horsepower engine. This isn't merely a car, it's a piece of history on four wheels, which was up for sale for a cool $3.5 million. The godfather of this limited edition was Zora Arkus Duntov, who designed these cars not just for a Sunday drive, but with the vision to conquer the racetrack. Duntov was not interested in investing himself in something ordinary, so he launched the OG L88, a machine that was all about power and performance. This Daisy Blaze was packed with a monstrous 427 cubic inch big block engine, delivering a mind-blowing 500-plus horsepower. This engine wasn't just powerful, it was a technological marvel. Officially, it was rated at 430 horsepower, but anyone who has driven one will tell you that's a massive understatement. The real output was somewhere around 550 horsepower, enough to make even the most seasoned drivers break a sweat. It was thundering on a clear day. This car was a racing legend, with an engine built for racing featuring a high-lift camshaft, paired with a Muncie M22 rock crusher, 4-speed manual transmission, which made shifting gears an experience in itself. With heavy work on the engine, Chevrolet also made sure that the L88 could handle the power too. With heavy-duty suspension and brakes, the power of this furious horse was controlled. This car was not just built to go fast in a straight line, it handles curves with grace and precision. What makes this car special is not just what it has, but what makes it unique is what it doesn't have, and still manages to top the list of rarest cars. The L88 came up with a no-frills approach, which means many features you would expect in a car were swept away. It was launched with no air conditioning, no power steering, no fan shroud, no radio, and guess what? No heater either. This car was so laser-focused on performance that it didn't even bother with the basics. You might be wondering why anyone would buy a car without even the basic features. It's common for us to be concerned about such things, but this is what makes this car unique. The L88 was not designed for joyrides or to show off on the streets. It was designed for the races. Extra components were eliminated to make this racing machine lighter, cooler, and more streamlined. Just the pure holy grail. This furious machine was designed for one thing: to win. The other most noticeable feature that made the L88 so special and unique was its distinct bulge. Despite being aesthetically pleasing, its functional purpose was even more unique. The hood bulge houses the Cal cold air induction system, which helps channel cooler air into the engine, giving it an extra bit of power and efficiency. If you ever get the chance to pop up the hood, with the owner's permission of course, you'll find an air cleaner perfectly positioned to catch the air being funneled in. Sitting right on top of the carburetor is a fire arrestor screen, a crucial safety feature designed to prevent any backfires from turning into a fire hazard. It's not just muscle power. The aesthetic looks also add to the statement. The vibrant yellow body, sleek and fierce look, and bold black hood streak scream attitude. Not just the golden ride, but also the classic red, which is a statement of power and elegance. Red is always synonymous with speed and passion, defining the L88 very well. Additionally, this marvel painted in an earthy tone takes your breath away. This rare olive L88 touches the peak of sophistication and mystery. The L88 Corvette's unique colors make you look twice and appreciate the fine details of the car's design. The design doesn't just turn heads, it commands respect. Now let's talk about what makes this racing beast the rarest of the rare and a standout in the history of cars. Originally, at the grand launch of the L88, only 20 cars were produced. Yes, just 20 of these beasts were rolled out. But it was a statement, and Zora Arkus Duntov knew it was designed to dominate. And dominate it did. With a pretty face and a strong heart, this fiery speedster outpaced everything on the track. With such impressive performance, by 1969, 80 more sisters of this beauty were launched. In the following years, 116 more L88 Corvettes were cranked out. Moreover, in 1969, General Motors unleashed another ultra-rare Corvette L88 with the ZL1 package, featuring a lightweight aluminum 427 motor originally built for Can-Am racing. With a price tag nearly double that of the base Corvette, only 3 of these beasts were ever ordered, and some say only 2 actually left the factory. Fast forward to 2023, and one of these legends sold at auction for a staggering $314 million. But it's not just jaw-dropping prices and exclusivity that make them special. These cars have proven themselves on the track, earning top positions. The L88 dominated events like the 24 Hours of Daytona and made a name for itself on the international stage at the 24 Hours of Le Mans. The performance of the L88 in these races has cemented its legendary status in automotive history. One of the most famous moments occurred in 1968 when the L88 Corvette finished in first place at the 24 Hours of Le Mans, earning the title of one of the greatest race cars of its time. The L88 is the creme de la creme for collectors, and recently, this dream car was auctioned. Now, this Rally Red L88 isn't just any L88. This Rally Red beast carries a rich racing history that enhances its legendary status. Redditor General Motors executive Tom Hill mentioned that this car has seen serious action on the drag strip. It has been meticulously restored by none other than the Neighbors brothers in Houston. These guys are legendary in the restoration game. This is the only car of the L88 series that came finished in Rally Red with a matching red interior. Imagine cruising down the highway in this fiery red classic, turning everyone's heads. Whether you're a hardcore car collector or simply someone who appreciates the finer things in life, the allure of the L88 is undeniable. Despite being decades old, the L88 is still relevant today. From racing enthusiasts to Hollywood, everyone admires it. You've seen it in movies, TV shows, and even video games. The L88 Corvette represents the ultimate cool, a car that doesn't just look fast, but is fast. It's a symbol of rebellion, of breaking the mold, and of pushing the limits. The craze for the L88 is far from over. Enthusiasts have turned these track legends into the ultimate street machines, blending race-ready performance with everyday comfort. Over the years, many of these L88s have been modified by their owners to be a bit more, let's say, civilized. We're talking street-legal upgrades like modern suspension systems, comfy interiors, and even high-tech sound systems, all while keeping that roaring engine intact.